What is going on, Zupa channel? Welcome back. This is part 6 of the GTR build series, guys. Today we are gonna be probably the biggest thing we're probably gonna be is dropping in the short block back into the car. But before that, we need to change the rear main seal, which is in here somewhere. We gotta go through all the OEM parts. That's why I brought everything out. But rear main is here, guys. We got the always Geiken clutch here. PRP trigger kit. I wanted to put this outside just in case it's anything hard. You could maybe just at least put the gear and the sensor and the bracket. See how that goes. I gotta look it up. I'm not sure. It's an always Geiken triple disc, and it has this style release bearing. I'm not sure what this is called. I know there's a name for it. My buddy told me, but I totally forgot. So I gotta go ahead and install this new with the new fork. I think, pretty sure from what I've seen, because obviously the instructions are in Japanese, I can't really understand them, but from the pictures it pretty much looks like it's just like a direct replacement to the factory stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and be putting this first, obviously, in there, make sure everything's lined up, everything's fine. Go ahead and install the clutch and then drop it in, because obviously, you know, it's gonna go in the same way it came out. But yeah, the goal for today is that, and then maybe we got some time, we'll start putting some axles, hopefully, to start you know, it's kind of like peace of mind that I'm putting it back together and not taking anything else apart. The second thing, the head is already back from the machine shop. It's got the cams installed, all the clearance were checked, everything's fine. They cleaned it up. I think they sandblasted it. So that's the head. What else we got? We got a new condenser coming in. Hey buddy, got the little helper out here. Gonna be changing the condenser. We got a brand new OEM one, so that's coming out. Now that that's gonna go out, the Freon's gonna be released, so I'm actually gonna pull the compressor so we have more space to drop in the block. And yeah, should be pretty straightforward, guys. So we're finally at that point of the build, actually putting stuff back together instead of taking it apart. So I'm pretty excited at this point of the build, guys. But episode 6, we thought it was going to be a lot shorter, but you know, episode 6 is halfway probably, and it's going to be just putting the stuff back together. We're actually the block. So let's go, let's get this thing started. All right, guys, so new seals in. I was kind of looking over, I even looked online. I guess the RBs, they don't use a pilot bearing. They have like a brass insert, because definitely I didn't take out any pilot bearing. That's what was in there. It looks like a brass insert. So little different one we're used to, but yeah, here's the seal, nicely flush. The other one wasn't bad, but you know, we're here, we might as well replace it, type of thing. So all right, kind of laying on the floor here because it's the most comfortable spot. I have the motor on the floor, but here we got the flywheel for the always Geiken. Clutch is over there, pressure plate, and we're gonna have brand new OEM Nissan flywheel bolts. I want to look up now the torque spec, but I'm not 100% sure what they are. All right, I'm gonna get in there now, take out the factory bearing and fork, and see how we install this one and see what's the way. So, all right, so got the release bearing installed. It's kind of self-explanatory. There's not really a logic or crazy, you know, explanation behind it. What was a little confusing was this rod for the slave. All right, so you have to remove the factory boot with the factory rod, which I have over there, but it comes with this like pivot thing. I couldn't figure out what it was, and obviously my buddy kind of told me, like, hey, that's probably the push rod. And it makes sense because the new fork, you can see it's pretty big and it fits in there pretty nicely. The rod size are about the same, just about an inch longer. Probably needs a full, like an extra inch to make it work. So it's even got the groove here, as you can see, for the boot. So slide the boot in, so it reaches the groove. Then obviously in here. Then you put the boot back on. Come on. That's it. It's on. In there. Remember, this is gonna go like this. It's gonna go like that in the transmission, and it makes sense because it pivots perfectly fine. So figure that out. Yep. Other than that, pretty self-explanatory. All right, so ran into like a little delay. Kind of stupid mistake on my part. I forgot to put the. I'm not sure what this plate is called, but I know the plate was on here and it goes on before the clutch, and I had put on the clutch already, so I had to take out the clutch, put the plate back in, and as I was putting it in, I totally forgot. I was like, man, we need an alignment tool for the clutch. And then obviously the 2J and the V160, I thought it was the same thing, same family. It's not the same. So the Super one is really, really thick. So this is actually I happened to go to Auto Parts to see if they had something, and one of the guys there kind of like, I know them, you know, they're big fans of the cars, man, and they're always like, they're always trying to help me out, and they're like, man, I never seen one here, but I think I saw something back there. And then he went back there and he brought this, and he's like, oh, hey, it says it's for Nissan, so maybe it works. It says for various Nissan models, 2000 to 68. I don't know what that means, but as soon as I saw it and I saw this long shaft here, I knew it was like, man, that kind of looks like it's it. So got home, tried it out really quick, so it's out of the box and perfect, fits just like a glove, man. So I'm a little bummed out that I had to take the clutch apart, but I'm excited that I found this. It was actually so bad, you see he says Nissan there, that it was such old stock, and he's like, man, this is discontinued, it's not even in our inventory, just take it, you can have it. So wow, you know, it's not even the money, but man, just kind of like the luck. You know, I kind of feel now like I actually caught a break in this car, man, because everything's just been extra, you know. I'm here kind of solo doing this, well, not kind of, man, I am solo. What am I talking about? Dropping this short block back in here. I got the time lapse running up there, so hopefully that captures it pretty good, but I wanted to kind of show it firsthand when, you know, especially down here at level, so you can see kind of what it looks like. Yeah, hopefully this tranny and clutch find each other pretty easy, man. Alright, so my old man ended up coming out, helped me out. Thank God, because I kind of needed extra hands, I'm gonna lie. Yeah, the two top bolts are in. I'm gonna go ahead and put the engine mounts out, engine mounts on, because they're completely off right now, so the motor's just kind of floating, but you can see the Chinese connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the engine mounts on, and once that's on, I could drop the motor, take the hoist out, and get under the car and go ahead and finish doing all the bell housing bolts, and we'll call it a wrap there. So. All right, welcome back. Not sure where I left off last time, but I think last thing we did was put the short block back in. I've been out of it probably for like a week and a half, guys. I haven't touched the car at all. Been just kind of lazy, man, to be honest. I'm not gonna even you know, make excuses or nothing, but I'm gonna get back into it this weekend. I'm gonna hit it hard, and I'm planning to do as much as I can. Goal is to leave at least the head already installed. I'm waiting for the powder coating stuff to get back, and I'm gonna be putting on everything as much as that I have possible here to put back. After that, I need to see where we're going to mount the oil pressure sensor and whatnot. You know, this is new to me on the 2J. Obviously, I know exactly what it is on this side, but over here, this is not familiar territory to me, so I don't know where where we would put it. So I got to do some research, reach out to my people, and see where they want to locate the stuff. So yeah, I think the first thing I'm going to start with is actually finish connecting the drivetrain, as in the front shaft. You still see that it's hanging there. That crossbar that's down there support. We're going to be removing the calipers because they're going to get powder coated. I'm going to be installing the knuckles back on, waiting on new rotors to get here, and we're just waiting on powder coating stuff, guys. So I'm going to try to put back as much as I have here, just so it's not waiting on me. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot of little things. The little things that take a lot of time, so that's what I'm going to be working on. New condensers here. We're going to be changing that. So we're going to be removing this one. All right, so got all the bottom drivetrain installed or put back together. Here's the front shaft all bolted down. This was off. I had to come back on. I ran the wiring back. All the sensors are plugged in, all nicely clipped on where they're go factory. The breather's back there on the bell housing. I'm gonna go ahead and start now on the knuckles. I'll probably start on this side since I'm here already. Might as well get this side done. I'm gonna go ahead and put the shaft first, and then we'll bolt the knuckle, and then as I'm here, I'll take out the caliper and then get that powder coated. So we got this side all back on, everything bolted down. Yeah, the caliper's not completely on, just kind of put it on there for now till I'm like ready to take it out completely. I won't take out the line so it just doesn't make a mess anywhere. But yeah, this is pretty much all back to normal. We'll go ahead and do the other side now, and then I'll probably lower the car a little bit so we're more comfortable to work on it. And I'll see if I get to bolting on the head. So I just been kind of going over the whole engine bay here and checking what needs to be connected and what needs to be plugged in. I got the knock sensors back on. I cleaned the top of the pistons like I said I would, nice and clean. Smooth out the head, the deck a little more. I don't feel any spots. Even these you can visually see them, but you don't really feel them. So I'm happy with that, how that is so far. I was thinking if I put the head, it's going to be less access to these lines already here, and I'm already here. I wanted to already leave them connected, and you know this red and blue, it's an eyesore. It's really old school stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and do black braided lines, but black fittings. I thought I had to step out and get fittings, but luckily I have a nice little bin with a bunch of AM fittings, and I have them all here, or at least the ones that I need for now, which is four streets, which is 2 here and 2 there, and then this line out here, it's easy to get to. I could just do the 290s from here to the cooler, and then I'll run the 290s. I could get that stuff later on, but these 4 fittings were the important ones, and luckily I have them. So I'm gonna go ahead and make those lines really quick, get that on, put it on, and then I'll see if I put in the head, put in this section, the intake section here with the vacuum stuff, and we'll go ahead and drop that in. Cleaning this thing up little by little, man. This piece here, the gasket in between here, was a paper gasket, which it was in there so long that it was just, you hear that? Just pure brittle, man. And this thing was, it was a pain in the butt to take out. I was there literally fighting for 45 minutes. I say even more, for like an hour. Then with the wire brush, with the drill, you know, clean it up nice and, you know, nice and flush, so it has a good seal. I'm gonna be putting, for now, the back plate and the cam gear, so I know where the timing is, just to be more or less. Since this is an interference motor with the cams and the TDC of the piston, on the top of the piston, I want to make sure it's somewhat, you know, where it needs to be, so you don't have to be spinning it in there to find the time and it's gonna bend one of the valves. So I'd rather have it preset already and just drop it in the way it goes. That's the Tomei head gasket. All right, got the cams here adjusted. Here's the mark over here on the cam gear. Here's the mark on the back plate. Same thing with this. And here's the block. TDC is, the mark on the gear is right here, and on the oil pump is right here. So that's matched up. That's what it looks like. Very important. I don't know anything about this because this is RB stuff. And of course, 2J, we don't got to deal with this. Stock oil restrictor on the block. I believe it's bigger. Feeds too much oil apparently, and Tomei with the head gasket supplies this oil restrictor here. Again, super small, nothing big. So this one has to be pushed down enough so you can clear this, and it has to sit flush with the block. So yeah, very important before we drop the head and the head gasket and we drop the head, this needs to be done. So just throwing it out there so nobody thinks I forgot about it. It's installed. All right, here's the Tomei oil restrictor. It's installed. We are officially ready to go now. Gonna wipe this down one more time, make sure it's nice and clean. Ooh, heavy, heavy. All right, she dropped into the dials. Looks good. Let's go ahead and drop the studs in there and check out the torque specs and the procedures on how to bolt it down, and then we'll be done finally for today, man. That was a lot. This thing's finally coming back together, man. Got the ARP head studs here. Show some more tape. Instructions here, washers, nuts, and the loop. Alright, let me go ahead and look at the instructions really quick, just to make sure and confirm. I already have an idea because I kind of looked at it more or less online, and they said it was 30, 70, and 105 torque spec. Let's just make sure. Tighten nuts. Oh, I guess these are, man, 140 pounds. What? That's a lot. So Even though the instructions say the torque spec to do to 140, these are the 625s, but we don't know the age of the block and stuff, so I'm gonna stick to 90, 95. Shout out to race car Kev, Kevin down here, you know, big RB guy. Kind of reached out to him, and I asked him for his suggestion, and he said 90 to 95 max. That it's these head studs for the power we're shooting for is an overkill, so we'll stick to that, man. But I'd rather be on the safe side from somebody that knows, and you know, the last thing I want to do is strip the block and just I don't even know. I don't even want to think about the scenario. So we're sticking to the 90, 95. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm all cleaned up already. I'm tired, man. It's 9:22. Head's installed, torque down. Just need the cams because we're switching over from the regular screws to the Tomei stud kit, and I gotta kind of look it up to see exactly how it looks, man. And then I don't have the energy to do that. So since this video's kind of been long already with a lot of content, I don't want to keep throwing things at it, and I'm gonna call it end here to this one. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, yeah, because it's Sunday. I'll hit it, finish torquing on the cams, and I might get started on the turbos, putting them back on together, and then we'll just leave the intake side for the end once it comes back in powder coating. All right guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in to the GTR build series. I appreciate all the love, the likes, the comments regarding the GTR. This is definitely new to me, and I appreciate all the help that I got from some of you guys, especially Race Car Kev today. He helped out with the ARP head studs for the RB block. I would have messed it up if I would have gone to 140, so thank God for that. Guys, remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and I will catch you guys in the next series, on the next build, on the next part of the series. Later guys, take care.